Customer is looking to get an estimate to have some veneer put on their steps and on their walls here. And we're going to do this in some line items. So in all these instances, we're going to use Fond du Lac as the risers and bluestone as all the flat spaces. So the first part, we're going to line item a bunch of these things. So I'll go through the line items. The first part is just the steps. So we wouldn't do anything to the sides of this. We would just do it to the steps. So the faces. So we've got 3 foot 8 inch wide here steps. The landing here would be included in it, which is 8 by 3. And then each of these steps, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 risers altogether. And the landing is currently 3 feet wide, deep. So, you know, you add veneer to it and it's going to be 3 feet, whatever, 3 inches. And it's currently 8 feet and change, so like 8 feet, ½ inch, and we need to have an overhang. So as much as I would want to put single pieces on these top, I think that we're going to just go, if we can do 4s and 5s, because I know we have various sizes. Now, we run into a slight problem where we only have like an 1.5 inches or 1 3/4 inches of space, maybe 1.5 inches to deal with at the top. So for this top tread, we need to try and get a hold of, see if we can get some 1-inch tread stock, just for this top. So we would get a 5-foot piece and a 4-foot piece, and all the other ones could be 1.5 inches coming on down here, but we need to have the extra space for getting up to that correct height. So, and while I'm thinking of it, all these railings are just coming out and we need to give them anchor irons information. So, all right, so Fond du Lac risers, these are, the rest of them, I'm just gonna call them 8 feet. So charge it as 8 feet left to right. Relatively tall steps, treads are probably in the 7.5 inch range. So just as a point of reference. All right, so that's the first part. The second part is if we were to wrap this around. So we would do the walls along the side here, and also on the side of this right here. So this is, you know, 3 feet by, let's say 12 inches. This is only an extra, you know, 3 square feet, or we'll call it 4 square feet. But please note that we'd have to build this area up just a little bit to, you know, get off the old stuff, and we'll have to lath it. So the step is in fine shape, but obviously he doesn't want to tear the whole thing out and go from there. All right, so that's the second part, is to do this. So just as a point of reference, it includes this and this extra area. It's like 6 feet left to right, and I want to say 4 feet 8. I did put that dimension on the drawing here. So, and I also put the dimension for the total height on the drawing as well. So the third line item is going to be capping this wall with bluestone. So along this entire way, we'd go this way and here, and then also right here, so an up and down piece. So he would want it to go up, over, and around. So it's about a 7-8-ish inch piece right here. So all this is 12-inch bluestone treads. And we would want to thermal the backside, so add some extra time to thermal the pieces on all sides, since we have that capability now. So when we do this area over here, just know that we're gonna lath it, and we'll need to brown coat it just like everything else to fill it in. So maybe put a little extra time just for some prep work to make sure that we get into this sufficiently, and we can prep it correctly, since it's not standard cinder block. It's a textured cinder block. So, all right. So the third line item is the cap there. The fourth line item is going to be to veneer the walls, the walls that are here. So, once again, I gave the dimensions. It's, you know, 8 feet, and it's 29 inches for this area right here, and then it's 36 inches for this area right here, and steps up with it. And then also it goes from, you know, 29 at the end, and on that far back side, we can put like a single, so like right here, it's about 4 inches, and it goes to nil. So if we want to just put a little bit there, just for some TLC. Now, if we veneer this, it's going to make it wider than that 1 foot, and we need to use let's see, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. We'd probably need to use 16-inch caps if we were to veneer it. So in that line item for the walls, you need to account for a wider cap as well. So it goes from 12-inch to 16 because now we're just adding width to it. All right, so that's the fourth line item. The fifth line item is going to be setting some boulders or outcroppings, for lack of a better word. He likes the idea of having some like anchor pieces, so maybe 4 pieces of stone that are going to just kind of be sitting in the ground there. And I said, you know, yes, if we did that, I said, well, for here we can do that. So we would need to get the snipe and kind of dig a flat space. I told him that we would give him a price per stone to set. Let's call it let's say it'll take two guys an hour to set 1 stone, just for ease. So 2 man hours, and one of those man hours is in a skid. So for each stone to set, you know, we can say it's like $250, not including the price of the stone, not including the price of the stone. So. But if he veneers this side, I think it'll be less of an issue because then it covers the ugly that's currently there. So, yeah. So those are the pieces. Railings come off, like I said, and then anchor iron will come in and do some totally different railings. I do want to point out that this does need to be built up to an extent right here. Just this little corner right here is kind of falling apart. I told him that we would do our best to secure it, and you'd have to laugh at it and all that good stuff. So. Other than that, pretty straightforward. This is on Queen, just off of 50th. Decent parking, no dumpster really required. So, no crushed rock for that matter. Hey, that's nice and easy.